Hello, everyone. Today is the 14th of February, 2016. It's Valentine's Day. I'm GarudaPhoenix.
And I'm Radiant.
Oh boy, Valentine's Day. What a day, right?
Yeah. For all these single people,
hey.
we're all good.
Yeah, actually, Valentine's Day is really for the single people out there. But aside from that, today's episode, we are going to discuss the Ticketmaster.
Really get back in the spice of life.
The actual Hearts and Hooves episode, but we'll do Ticketmaster. We'll catch up with that later. But and we're going to be covering some big news announcements this week in the world of Pony today. But let's go into the episode. So, Ticketmaster. I guess when I was watching the episode, it was pretty much like the starting to progress. Like, okay, I really want to know what the show is really about. And so this was like going to be the preface to future episodes, because I kind of knew that future episodes won't be like super epic or dramatic. So it's like my first taste of the slice of life stuff.
Yeah, and that's good because a lot of it's slice of life.
Yeah, it is a lot of slice of life. Yeah, so we start off the episode and Twilight has been helping Applejack with collecting apples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and just Spike, sometimes you're
just a little bit of a
monkey,
jerk,
but it doesn't give you license to be a dick. These are hard-picked apples, and you're just tossing them on the side of the road.
Yeah. Oh man, Spike, why?
I mean, Twilight's just trying to be a friend, and Spike is just ruining all their work. But suddenly, a letter arrives from Princess Celestia.
I think it's just Princess Celestia's automated email system.
Oh man, automated email system.
I think it was pretty much. I mean, it felt very like
generic-y.
Copy paste. Just like, this is a letter that's being sent out to everyone.
Like, yeah, it's
and
super
then they're
generic.
switching out the names.
And actually, I caught in this letter there was some like ye olde speak, like the old school speak. It's like,
hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah, hear ye, hear ye. It's like, wow, that's kind of old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, this whole Grand Galloping Gala news, it's a big deal. Like, everyone knows about it, apparently.
But apparently Twilight's never gone.
Yeah, and we're being introduced to it firsthand, but they know about it, and they're really excited about it. But Spike don't want no girly frou-frou, so yeah, he don't want none of that.
No.
Like, Spike, stop spoiling the mood. Like, seriously.
He's our token boy.
Token kid who's grossed up about girly stuff. But yeah, I think it's pretty much he's there for the younger brothers who are stuck watching the show with their older sisters who are also youngish.
Yeah.
And of course, Applejack, your first thought when you think about the Grand Galloping Gala is to sell more apples.
It's what she does.
Yeah, I mean, business first, right?
It's what she lives for.
You gotta establish your contact, talk to a few people here and there, and then cash in on the bank. Because those Canterlot ponies, man, they don't know the value of a real good apple. I mean, those apples up there, it's synthetic stuff, but man, our apples are homegrown.
The real deal.
Mm-hmm. It's the real deal. And like, not even a few seconds after she declares her intentions, Rainbow Dash comes in and crashes into the scene again. I'm like, yo, are we going to be introduced to Rainbow Dash every time of her crashing into something?
It's kind of her main personality trait, besides her egotistical nature.
Yeah, honestly, there hasn't been an episode that I can think of where she hasn't crashed at least once, really.
I'm sure there's a few. We'll probably find them and mark them as we come across them.
Okay, so that's score 2 for Rainbow Dash, or actually Rainbow Dash 0, ground 2.
And also, Twilight's not winning much in that one either.
Yeah. Twilight 0. Oh, man. And
well, she got hit twice.
And of course, Rainbow Dash wants to go to the Grand Galloping Gala. Oh, wait, hold on. Before that, 2 tickets appear, right? 2 tickets appear. And it's like, of course, Twilight's going. Spike don't want to go because it's girly stuff. And Applejack automatically assumes that she's the one that's going to go. Rainbow Dash comes in. It's like, oh my gosh, you got a spare ticket. Oh, this is what I want to do when I get there. And starts rattling off like, oh, I want to be... She just wants to go there to fangirl over the Wonderbolts.
And show off, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, show off. It's like an interview or an audition.
Yeah, and I don't think that's really the place to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, when you really think about it, all that high society stuff, it's kind of like you're just there just to be there.
Yeah.
And then Rainbow Dash and Applejack kind of get into a heated exchange, you know. And Applejack's grabbing her Rainbow Dash's tail again. I
Yeah.
mean, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just saying, you know. And they
Yeah.
arm wrestle too. Man,
It's a hoof wrestle.
that's a hoof wrestling. But Twilight's hungry. Like I think this is gonna be like the running gag throughout the whole episode where Twilight can't decide because she's hungry.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's really indecisive when she's hungry. She says it herself later on that she can't think when she's hungry. And so I think like during like the rest of the series whenever I see Twilight kind of going into a panic mode, she's like, "Please just eat something. Honey,
Yeah,
please just eat something."
I think does the show need a sponsor because pretty much a lot of the stuff can be solved if someone just has a Snickers.
Yeah.
Like you know what, just eat a Snickers. Twilight, eat a Snickers. Don't destroy the town. Here, are you feeling better? Good.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
I'm
know.
guessing the hoof wrestle ended in a draw somehow, because otherwise
Someone would
they
have
would have
won.
mentioned it again, but nope.
At this point, we can automatically assume that since we didn't get to see it was a draw, or they lost interest, or they realized Twilight wasn't there. It's like, hey, where did Twilight go? And try to look for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but
wait, no, she walked away and they were like, "Okay, let's get it on."
yeah,
Not in that way.
phrasing,
I'm sorry.
And so Twilight wanders into town looking for a meal and to possibly ruminate on the whom to give the ticket to. And Pinkie Pie like bursts into the scene. She doesn't even let Twilight talk. Like Twilight doesn't even get a chance to explain like, hey, I haven't decided. I haven't who to take with me. And Pinkie's like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw the bestest party ever. I'm going to freaking, be the life of the party. And I don't know. Like you're just gonna be there just to host a party. There already is a party.
Yeah.
Each progressive reason to go there is getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it is. So,
And it doesn't get any better when Rarity comes in. And what doesn't make sense is that Rarity doesn't get an invitation despite designing the dresses every year. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She designs the dresses. You don't get an invitation. Man, don't ever design dresses for them then.
I think, after at least a couple of years, she would have probably gotten an invitation. So, I mean, maybe I don't remember quite the exact phrasing of it, but she might have just done it the year before. And, she didn't get an invitation. But, like, maybe like this year and then like next year she would have gotten an invitation all her own.
Yeah, but who's deciding who gets invited? Princess
I don't know.
Celestia?
I think she has a big room with all the names of ponies. It's like a big bowl with like little slips of paper with all the names. And she's
So
just
it's
like, okay, I need like 200 ponies. Let's go.
Or how about this? She has 200 tickets. She lines them all up and just magics them, and they appear to random people.
That'd be interesting, along with her automated email system.
Exactly, with the automated email system. And then we get to see why Rarity wants to go, and
just like a boy, can't handle the least bit of sentiment.
It's not sentiment. It's like it's like it kind of confirms. Well, not just confirms. It's like it kind of even takes away from her character from like the season opener. It's like, whoa, Rarity, you're like super generous. It's like, no, you're just in it for yourself. Like this is some character contradiction stuff right here.
I don't think it necessarily goes contradictory. I mean, like, when she saw that, like, Stephen Magnet was, like, really, really upset, she wanted to help him, and she was generous in doing so. Mm-hmm. But really here, it's like she wants something, and are they really going to be that bad off if they don't get it? I don't feel it's really contradictory.
Yeah, and we see the scene and we think, like, wow, Rarity's super shallow. She just wants to go there, meet a dude, get hitched, and voila. This is, typical storybook trope. Like, it makes her a little bit unbearable-ish.
Yeah, I don't like that, but I mean, maybe if she didn't have someone specific in mind, it was just like I want to like go there and because I have like this dream that I'm gonna meet Stallion in my dreams. Like that's okay, fine. You know, girls do that all the time. Guys
Yeah,
do it a little bit too. Not necessarily like that, but
and I think a lot of guys are doing it a lot more because today's Valentine's Day.
oh yeah, like I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do this, and you know, the girl I'm going to marry is going to just be there. We're gonna meet, we're gonna fall in love. It's going to be just perfect.
I think that's pretty much been played too many times when people are like kind of super jaded now, where it's like, oh, I kind of know that won't work anymore. But yeah, but I guess this whole thing is just a setup. But we see the first image of Prince Blueblood, right?
Yeah.
And Rarity talks him up like he's some, Prince Charming, and he's like, oh, he's like super dreamy. I'm like, huh, that's some pretty high praise of a dude we never met yet. Like, Rarity,
Yeah.
have you met this dude? Do we need to know anything about him? What's his background? Any criminal records? Resume? Like, is he related to Princess Celestia? It's
How does that work?
like it says Prince Blueblood, right? Or I don't
Yeah.
think did they actually named
Yeah,
Rarity does name drop, right?
yeah, she says Prince. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So at least we know the name and the title. So we think like, oh, there's male royalty. Like, how
Yeah,
how
but
is
he's
he
not an
related?
alicorn.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
And thus began the long string of debate and like how royalty is determined in Equestria. You know what? It's gonna be like we'll debate like nerds over everything. So I guess we should move on.
It'll be fun, yeah. Okay. So then we got Fluttershy and
Yeah.
Angel.
And here's the thing: when I said about each reason to go to the Grand Galloping Gala is even worse than the last, Fluttershy's one is the worst. She doesn't even want to attend the gala itself. She wants to go to the gardens.
Yeah, and I feel it's kind of like Twilight lives in the palace, or at least has access to it.
It's like she could say like,
Like,
yeah,
why
I've
don't
got a
you just
friend who
ask
just
your
want to hang
friend
out
to
in the
take you?
gardens. Yeah, I got a friend who wants to hang out in the gardens. Like, just let her wander around for an hour or
Like,
so. Like,
she's not gonna go on the gala. I mean, we don't really need a ticket for her. Just kind of let her play around.
yeah, like just let her in. No harm done. I mean, what can she do?
Yeah. So
All you just have to do is approach her, and she'll like shrink. And every pony appears like in the middle of town, and wow, they're just being jerks to Twilight. I feel bad for her.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
I want the ticket.
actually, first we have all the main six Sans Twilight dissolve into bickering, which I don't
Yeah,
really like.
yeah. I guess it's just a matter of like, wow, we've had 2 episodes to establish as friends, and we're going to dissolve it in 10 minutes.
Well, I think it's like they're friends with Twilight.
Yeah, they're friends with Twilight,
With each other,
and
not so much.
Applejack is definitely a quote unquote rival of a Rainbow Dash.
I think they're competitive friends.
Well, I
You know.
mean, take it from like 2 most athletic ponies. Of course, they're gonna butt heads sometimes.
Yeah. But I think them two are friends. I think Rarity and Fluttershy are friends ish.
We
Kind of
will
mellow.
explore that later in a
Yeah.
future episode, but as of right now, the relationship with each other and but not with Twilight is kind of hazy.
Yeah.
And then they dissolve into argument, and the last thing we hear is, "Oatmeal, are you crazy?" Which leads us to think like, what is going on in that pink pony's mind?
I wonder how the conversation fell into that with Pinkie. I think it was that Fluttershy and Rarity were fighting with each other. Rainbow Dash and Applejack were fighting with each other, and Pinkie Pie just didn't have anybody to fight with.
I think Pinkie Pie was fighting with herself and decided to go on some really weird tangent.
But Twilight's having a little bit of a breakdown, so she kind of like tells him to stop, tells him I need to get some lunch, I need to think, give me some time.
Yeah, so they go to the restaurant. It turns out that Spike can eat gemstones and grass too, so he's an omnivore. What do you call when you eat rocks? Like, what's the term when you eat rocks? You're a what-vor?
I don't think there's necessarily a term. Not, I mean, I'm sure some fantasy people will try, like fans will try to correct me, but I mean, I think it's like omnivore, herbivore, carnivore, and you know that's pretty much where we keep it at.
Yeah, but he eats. I mean, we now know that he eats gemstones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he eats gemstones and grass if it's not available. I think we kind of established here that like the norm is like the regular food he eats is grass, but then the gemstones are like
I
his
think they're
like
hay fries, actually.
he orders hay fries, but then it's like yeah,
Extra
which is weird
crispy.
because he's sitting on hay.
Yeah. And Twilight eats the flowers.
I mean, don't I guess they're horses, right? They eat anything, which is weird why they would have like a vase of flowers there anyway.
Hmm.
It's like free snacks.
Well, it's like the bread you get at restaurants before your meal. It's like complimentary.
Ah, there it is. There we go.
Okay. So
And it starts raining, and like they realize like why is everybody leaving the restaurant? And it turns out it's raining, but not where Twilight's sitting.
because her good friend Miss Rainbow Dash, who haloed herself in a rain cloud, is is stopping the rain.
Oh, and I think now we can truly see the depths of depravity in which each character will dive to acquire materialistic items.
It's actually not that far. So
Yeah, I
they
mean,
could have gone farther. They're really just trying to butter Twilight up at this point.
yeah, it's like, hey, Twilight, I saved you a sunny spot. How about that ticket, huh? And of
So
course, Twilight's like, no. And I guess she should have chosen her words a little wiser because she gets soaked.
yeah.
And then where is it? Where she goes? She goes to Rarities?
No, she's outside and Rarity's like with her umbrella and she's like,
Oh, right, yeah.
Twilight, it's raining. And like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
And so Rarity takes her to the carousel
Mm-hmm.
and tries to butter her up, and that doesn't work.
Yeah. And
Then
Applejack is the one offering her food.
yeah.
It's like, hey, I can give you some food if you give me that ticket.
Well, I feel at that point Twilight couldn't, in good consciousness, take it.
Yeah, basically. Like, I don't think her hunger. Yeah, I guess her conscience is better than her hunger at that point.
Because it's like, yeah, like if you had offered this to me like a little bit ago, I would have been like, yeah, okay, we can, this is totally fine. But now she knows what Applejack is up to,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, I can't eat your food
Because I'll be biased.
because then like whatever decision I make, this is going to be used against it.
Yeah. And so I guess the only safe place is to retreat back into our library where we find Fluttershy cleaning up the library. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was
then
Angel's
quote
idea.
Twilight, oh Fluttershy, not you too.
It's like just a little bit of spring cleaning. It's summer.
that was a good joke. That was a great joke.
And I like how like Angel is keeping Fluttershy honest.
Yeah, it's like oh, we
Like
don't
this isn't for
really
the ticket, is
want
it?
the ticket, and Angel's like, yeah, actually, we do want it.
Yeah, like this is all for the ticket.
Like, like Angel's like, hey, we know what you want. Just say it.
Yeah.
And that kind of like establishes Angel as like a what do you call it the pushy boyfriend, quote unquote, of Fluttershy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to call it. It's weird.
I don't know what to define their relationship as, but I
Like
don't.
Fluttershy's his guardian, right?
Yeah, he's like a spoiled child.
Yeah, yeah. I would call it that. He's a spoiled child, but
and he hasn't really crossed any lines here. I think he's, doing.
he's the one keeping him honest, keeping her honest.
Yeah, he's like, we're totally trying to manipulate you, but
yeah,
we're not gonna lie about that. We're not even gonna try to hide it.
yeah.
This is
Sometimes
what we're doing.
the nicest people get stuck with the worst kind. I don't know. It's just some. It's. I guess it's. You can say that it's a bit ironic, but oh well.
Yeah. I like this Angel better.
Yeah, and And so they play the Yakety Yak soundtrack here, the one where it's
No.
like they chase Twilight everywhere
Yeah.
because
After Pinkie
everyone wants
Pie
the ticket
tells
now
like the entire town.
of what 7 background ponies.
I think it was
I'm
like
still gonna call
20.
that out. It's still pretty barren. I'm just gonna say, but
Just kind of, it's just really fun just to see like what people were willing to try it and do for the ticket. And she's like, ugh.
oh look, it's pretty much the paparazzi trope, right? It's like,
Yeah.
hey, we want to be near you or X whatever.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, it's the paparazzi trope. And Twilight and Spike teleport, and it turns out that teleportation can incinerate Spike.
Well, I think it's more the energy buildup, and Twilight doesn't know how to control it yet.
Work
So
on that, Twilight. You'll have some time.
yeah, I think when it's just her, she can do it okay, but other people are and ponies are just it doesn't work quite right.
Yep. Uh,
She's still pretty disoriented.
yeah. So when like the main 6 are in the library and
It's like no.
Twilight's like, no, I can't do this, and it's like,
Twilight kind of breaks down a little bit.
yeah. He breaks down. And it's like, you know what? If I can't bring all of you, I might as well just not go. And they're like, what? But
Well, it's
then
like
they
I think
all come around to it, except for Rainbow Dash. It's like, yeah, I get the final ticket. Never mind. Like,
I think it's like
God damn it,
she's
Rainbow Dash.
really really upset because she's trying so hard to be what a good friend should be, and
Oh
she's
yeah,
not.
she's setting a great example.
And she's not like Twilight just isn't sure what she's actually supposed to do. And when confronted with all these different options, she just she can't process it because she wants to make every pony happy,
But can't.
but she knows she can't.
Yeah. That's a very like it's a really real lesson that I guess that's pretty much what, like, oh, this is a good organic lesson that the kids could learn when we see My Little Pony. It's like, oh, when you're dealing with friends and you have to kind of like
Share
decide
your
between,
blessings.
yeah, you share your blessings or whatever, but it's not enough to go around, and you don't want to be preferential, you don't want to,
Well, because
the
you could
lesson was pretty
see how
real.
terrified she was about their reaction when she tells them that she can't make all of them happy.
Yeah.
She's legitimately terrified of what they will do. She doesn't want to lose them.
Mm-hmm.
She just got them. And she's just realized how much she's needed them her entire life. And she just doesn't know what to do. And Applejack is so nice.
Yeah, she's
after
pretty nice.
after kind of rethinking it, I guess. Guess she had some time while she was cooking a bit. No. During the
You
chase
know,
scene.
she came around. Applejack came around,
Yeah, and then everybody kind of follows suit.
except for Rainbow Dash momentarily, and
Well,
we're
yeah.
like, you know, here,
Well, I
like,
think it's
another
because, like,
mark. I keep it in my secret notebook. Another reason why I don't like Rainbow Dash. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna keep a secret vendetta.
I don't know. I think in that moment, it's like,
Rainbow
okay,
Dash.
everybody has
Rainbow
everybody has
Dash didn't take
denied.
the
I am
ticket
not.
because she was peer pressured not to.
Yeah, fair enough. Like that glare from Applejack.
Yeah.
But I think in that moment, it was like, okay, so the other four don't want it. So if the other four don't want it, then I am not hurting anybody by getting it.
Yeah, at least Rainbow Dash is honest in that sense. It's like, well, if no one wants it, thank you very much. Ugh, still. You're ruining the lesson here, Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, it's my nature to get irrationally angry over children's shows.
I'm going to defend Rainbow Dash to the end. You're not going to stop me.
Oh, you can try. My notebook is filled to the brim with Rainbow Dash sins.
My mind is full of logic. I'm going to work it out.
And so here's the first time we see the quote unquote letter to the princess, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
our
it's the obligatory, let's highlight the lesson of this episode. and kind of like spell it out in bold capital letters.
I think it's one of our key points for the series. It's like there has to be a letter to Celestia. Kind of like ties in like the reason why Twilight is here is to learn and report back to Celestia. So okay, we got that.
Yeah, so it's like it sets a precedence for the future of the show. It's like, okay, so this is how it's gonna be. This is a precedent. We can kind of expect this in the future. And so, poof, no tickets. It's like, all right, we're not going. So at least we can all get to hang out. And then Princess Lesia's like, hey, whoops, here's some extra tickets.
She's like, she probably had that note like just sitting. She realized that they sent the automatic letter to Twilight, and she's like, well, I could just send some more, or I could let her be taught a lesson, you know. And then she just like wrote it up, and she was kind of just waiting for Twilight to ask for more.
Yeah. So is this the origins of Trolestia?
I think so.
Yes, this is it. We're seeing the birth of a leader who likes to just screw over her subjects.
She was doing it a little bit in last episode too. I think she was definitely doing it last episode as well.
Yeah, or maybe it could. So she's basically a Equestria's version of the Illuminati. Back to the episode. So, Spike gets a whole. They all get a bunch of tickets.
They're really happy, and they take Twilight to dinner because the girl's starving.
Yeah, and then they all grab tickets, but only 2 of them have magic. So how are the others getting the tickets? And they're like floating in midair as if they have magic.
They're magic tickets.
Yeah. Okay. Magic button. Oh, next.
And Spike gets one, and he's happy, and then
he's happy secretly, but has to keep up with, oh, it's a girly thing. It's like, I don't want to go anyway.
It's like, I have to go now.
Yeah.
And Applejack's like, I know you. I know you.
Like, come on, Spike. Just own up to it.
Yeah. Like all the bronies.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least at first.
At first? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When this all first started, but...
Yep, and that's the end of the episode. So it was our first introduction to like the new standard format for the episode. So, Ticketmaster, how do you rate it?
I think it was again like an 8 out of 10. I don't like it when like characters dissolve into bickering. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like the trope of conflict fuels narrative deal.
Yeah.
Another 8 out of 10. It sounds pretty solid. I'm gonna give it. I'm going to give it. So how many golden tickets were there? 7 total.
There were 7. Yeah.
So I'd give it a 5 out of 7.
Okay.
5 out of 7. It's like we kind of see what their motivations are and what they would go to the lengths to actually get their stuff. So that is our review of the Ticketmaster. Now we'll move on to the news. Radiant, kick it off. Well, what are big news stories?
Well, we have Emily Blunt joining the cast.
Oh, the My Little Pony movie.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm super excited. I like Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I do too.
I've only seen her in one movie.
I've seen her in a couple, actually.
I've seen her in Edge of Tomorrow.
Devil Wears Prada.
I didn't see that one.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. But I don't know, like, if we're thinking we're going to get people for their voice, yeah. Emily Blunt is more known for her on-screen work.
Yeah, well.
But
on-screen people can voice act too.
Yeah, I guess. It's just that the moment when we see the movie, we're probably going to know who she's gonna voice because she has a very distinct British accent. If she even is allowed to keep that accent, because I know she can do a very good American one too.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she's relatively a big name, right, compared to the others. Like this is like a legit actress joining the cast.
John Delancey.
Well, John Delancey was like what, TV? So John Delancey was TV cred only.
We all knew who he was though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of really good ones. Yeah, but there is that fear that's just going to be Emily Blunt as a cartoon character and not an actual character.
Oh right, yeah. I'm gonna be worried about her character because I just hope it's written well. I just really hope it's written well.
Yeah.
Please, Emily Blunt. Please, hey writers, if you're listening to me, please don't screw up. Give Emily Blunt give her good characterization, good lines, and everything. Please, I like her.
We can only hope.
Yeah, we can only hope. Next, what is our second big news story?
Season 6 comes out in May.
Hey,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, awesome. So, according to Equestria Daily, season 6 is slated to come out in May of 2016.
A lot better than our year-long hiatus last time.
Oh, year-long hiatuses are the worst.
No, it's terrible.
It's really bad. Ask the Sherlock fans. Or maybe the Sherlock fans are scoffing at us right now, like, year-long hiatuses, please. And the theme will be Explore Equestria. What does that mean?
Explore Equestria?
Yeah, so they've only shown like one image of it, but it's an official announcement that it'll come in May. We don't know when the air date is, but it'll be in May.
So that narrows it down to about 31 days.
31 days.
And assuming they work on a Saturday schedule, on the Saturday schedule.
Yeah, it'll always be on a Saturday. So in May...
That's like 14th, 7th, 14th, 21, 28.
Yeah,
like that.
That's pretty much it. So it'll likely be the 7th, 7th or 14th if they're being weird, but...
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And related to Season 6 news, there's a new Griffin character for Season 6. Like, they showed an early animatic for Season 6 at the New York Toy Fair, and there's a Griffin character. And apparently, it was strongly hinted at that Griffins can get cutie marks.
That doesn't feel right. That feels wrong. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a Griffin with a cutie mark, and if it's...
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. We'll just have to see, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just not too sure about it.
Yeah, I don't know. It may be good. We don't know. Like, we don't judge. We don't judge until we see it.
Well, I mean, if he comes in and the character's really good and it's a good episode, like, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
But we all know, like, the fan base is going to be like...
We're going to overreact.
It's like, he had a cutie mark. Like, his character was fine and the episode was amazing, but he had a cutie mark.
You don't deviate from the status quo. We're 6 seasons in. Everything's written in stone.
Fandoms are just too OCD for this.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We're going to get new dragon characters.
Ooh, fun.
One of them seems to be female. So we're going to be having a female dragon.
I hope they don't try to, like, pair her off with Spike. Like, maybe, like, down the line they can do that, but, like, not right off the bat. They're just like, oh, here's a pink dragon. She's going to go for Spike.
Alex, really? Hook her up with a donkey. So we're going to be promoting interspecies relationships.
Eh, why not?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
oh,
Shrek
okay,
did
right.
it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Now I get it.
And are they going to make, like, drunky babies?
Oh, man, I hope not.
I mean, Shrek came out 12 years... Shrek 2 came out 12 years ago, so that's pretty much...
It was 12 years?
2004.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I remember watching that movie for, like, a lot.
Oh, man, now I feel so old.
Yeah. So one of the locations what we're going to confirm to be seeing is Manhattan. We're going to go back to Manhattan. We're going to see...
Yay, it's a fun place.
Prim Hemline, Coco, and what's her face? That Suri.
Suri?
Suri Polmer.
Yeah.
So we're going to see her again. So they were in like the promotional posters at NYC Comic Toy Fair. Okay, so moving on from season 6. Our next news story. Equestria Girls 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
time it'll.
a lot of less cheering for
No,
that.
I'm interested in it, and I really like the human counterparts. And I guess we're not going to bring Pony Twilight back. I would like it if it was like the humans again, and we get Twilight working with the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun if it was kept in the human world.
Okay, so what I can glean from this really, really small amount of information is it's coming in fall, so it's going to be right in the middle of season 6. We're not even
Sure.
going to be halfway through the season and when this comes out, really.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we could be about halfway through the season, unless if they decide to do another mid-season hiatus again. But
Well, I think because they do have all of the human counterparts in Sunset Shimmer on Earth, and they don't have to get the ponies involved, they can really do it at any point, and it won't mess with the canon either way.
yeah, so I think they did go the smart way by bringing in the human version of Twilight.
Who I really like.
Oh yeah, she's great. It's like we're seeing like the origin story all over again from a new perspective.
And it's not just exactly a rehash, it does feel different.
Oh yeah. I did send you the link to the promotional picture,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think they've greatly improved.
The theme is Equestria girls going to camp.
Yeah, they're gonna like try and save the Everfree camp or something. So it's basically like a fundraiser type of episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just that it seems like a very simple premise, but they've done a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Progressively done a better job with each successive movie. That you know what, I'll give you a pass. You know what, I think it's going to be all right, unless if they mess up horribly. So
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic because honestly, Question Girl stuff will always be number two to Pony,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like the extra stuff that we get to consume when we do not have Pony.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, look, their outfits are better than when they were back in 2013
Yeah.
when the first movie came out.
I'm looking at the picture right now, and I really like these outfits.
Oh yeah, they're wearing sensible shoes, especially Fluttershy.
No, she's wearing heels.
Yeah, she's wearing heels. I mean, it's better than those freaking knee-high boots that they all wear.
Yeah, I'm like, I can definitely see Fluttershy wearing that, and like Rainbow Dash wearing that. Rainbow Dash is wearing shorts, not a skirt,
Yeah, she is.
which you know is a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know what? Good job. Good job. Hasbro, you've gone the right direction with Equestria Girls. You know what?
Now don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up. Don't 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 mess it up. You know, you got something good here. You've made you've made something good out of what was originally a pretty crappy premise, but it's gone okay. I'm saying you salvage yourself and don't mess it up. All right? And
Yeah,
so 10 minutes of it
we'll
will be
hope.
released on YouTube before it goes up. So it's gonna be like the whole friendship games thing that we're gonna see snippets of it before the actual movie comes out, and Netflix is gonna get it before Discovery Family, which is weird because
I don't
isn't
know. Netflix
Discovery
is getting
Family doing the
everything
TV
nowadays.
live thing?
Well, people people are now watching more things online than they are on actual television. So
Yeah, the I don't know. It's just that I've liked watching the progression of the Equestria Girls when they were back in 2013. I remember when the news was first announced back in late 2012. People were freaking out. Like people were like dismissing like the concept art as a joke, and then when it was like a legit thing, people were like, "Oh God."
it's like no, please no.
Yeah, this isn't real. Please tell me you're not. And yeah, the first movie was pretty horrible, and people kind of like took a dump all over it.
I didn't mind it.
But you know what? If I go back and look at it, I think the movie was pretty okay, pretty okay.
Yeah.
But the one thing that did it for me and it pushed it pretty crappy was the designs. The designs were pretty bad.
Oh, the design! I spent like entirely 2 hours after school with some of my friends, and we were watching it, and we were discussing what the girls should have actually been wearing that would be more appropriate for their characters. And
I'm just saying, knee-high boots or whatever, not practical.
they could have had them at like different heights. I guess production-wise, it would have made it really complicated. I guess, and I can understand that.
So they had to kind of like approach it from the square one thing.
It's like we have to kind of standardize these guys.
Yeah, I think everyone was kind of dumping on Equestria Girls because I think this was the main reason why Lauren Faust left the show. Because I recall after season 2 that she wasn't returning because she and Hasbro had creative differences and she decided to part ways with them. So honestly, I kind of feel bad for Lauren because the franchise itself has continued with a life on its own. Equestria Girls has actually gotten better, but I kind of wanted to know what Lauren's vision would have been, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, but you know what, Equestria Girls?
Yes.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. It's it's probably the first time I'm gonna say this. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it because, you know, it doesn't look bad. The promo images, totally not bad. Premise, I don't know, but you know what? They've done more with less. You know?
I don't know. Like a part of my prediction is that they're going. There's going to be some part of it that they're going to have to come to terms with. Human Twilight and Pony Twilight are two separate entities. They're similar in ways, but they're separate entities, and they're going to have to kind of come to that conclusion.
They're
Because
going to like address that in like the first 10 minutes and then completely forget about it. Or it could be like a running joke. It could be like a whole. Oh, remember when Sunset Shimmer was an evil demon and tried to destroy half the school, right?
it's like,
And they'll always
no,
have
I wasn't there.
a.
Like they keep forgetting that she wasn't
No,
there.
it's like it's gonna be a running gag. I feel like it's gonna be a running gag.
Yeah, they're going to keep forgetting that she wasn't there for the
Yeah,
first two movies.
it's gonna be like a second layer joke. It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
It's like,
yeah. Oh right, you're not the other Twilight that saved us from the. Yeah, what? Sorry. Yeah, you know, we'll fill you in later. You know, but.
I feel that could get really cruel really fast, but
Mhm. And of course, with a new movie, there's going to be new toys.
always,
Yeah,
always for the
toys, toys,
toys.
toys. We are going to have, actually, to expand a little bit on the plot. The plot of the movie is Camp Everfree is closing down, and the Equestria Girls use their abilities to throw a crystal gala fundraiser to save it.
Okay.
So we're going to have some crystal bear themes.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be awesome. It's like, we finally got to see Cadence in Shining Armor in the last one. It's like, hey, this is going to be cool. This is going to be great. There's going to be a new character called Gloriosa. What?
I don't know.
Gloriosa. Huh.
I
I gotta
learned to stop
say.
questioning the names in the.
Yeah, I guess we should have known after Principal Abacus Cinch.
I kind of knew that the names were kind of weird as soon as Twilight Sparkle was said. I think you're a bit behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, the toys don't look that much better anyway. But yeah, I mean they're generic like Monster High Girls or Barbie, whatever. It's still the same one. It's just with new. They expanded the line essentially.
Okay.
Let's see. What else is there? Oh, there was like
The Dragon of Spike Dragon.
yes. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the New York City Toy Fair, where they announced the Guardians of Harmony toy line, and
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be like a cross-gender type of toy line where it encompasses both genders. So we see all the promos we see are of a boy and a girl playing with like what seems to be like a super doped out Spike, like a adult Spike in like with golden armor being ridden by shining armor. It's like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, the toys in the pictures don't look that bad.
No?
Actually, I take that back and say the Princess Celestia one and the Nightmare Moon one don't look that bad. The other ones kind of do.
Yeah. Figgy Pie one's not bad.
Yeah, but it's interesting that they're finally doing this. Really, if you
Yeah.
think about it, like they're finally making like My Little Pony kind of cross somewhat into the boys' territory now.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I think it was a byproduct of post season 4. You know,
I think they finally realized that guys were watching the show and they're like, oh wait, we can sell to them too.
it's like finally Hasbro, you've been sitting on a dormant market that will throw money at you for cool stuff.
Yeah.
I guess Hasbro's business practices are less than desirable, but it's like we'll take whatever they can give us
It's like, we
because
gonna sell more toys.
yeah. And if you look at the first link, they added the Wonderbolts,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out their wings are in the uniform too, so that's a little weird.
Well, really, wings are generally are like the shape that helps them fly. So I guess them being in the uniform doesn't work too bad. And I'm pretty sure the Pegasi use mostly magic to fly out. But so I mean, doesn't make
Yeah,
that big of a difference if I have
yeah,
mount free.
yeah. So and there's another uh whole bunch of new toys that are coming out. The Equestria Girls Mini, and honestly, I feel bad for saying that these are the ones that I kind of are the most enthusiastic about because they're so cute. They're so cute. Why you do this to me?
It's evil, but it's marketing.
I'm serious. It's so cute. They're freaking chibis. That's why they're chibis, and they're evil for doing it.
Yes, evil but marketable.
No,
So
it's
great.
so cute. I mean, I couldn't care less about the original toys. These chibis are really cute. Come on. I'm just
They'd be
vomiting rainbows
adorable.
and stuff.
Ew.
Isn't that what you do when you're overloaded with cuteness?
No, I just generally go dawn and move on with my life.
Oh, great. So there is something fundamentally wrong with me.
Just a little bit. Um,
Uh,
if that
I'm
problem
going
keeps
to hope that
persisting, you might want to see a doctor.
yeah, I'm gonna go after this podcast. I'll let you know what happens next week.
I'll
But
be.
I just hope that they sell these characters separately because I really just want that Sunset Shimmer. Sunset Shimmer is best human.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sunset Shimmer is best human, followed by the Human Twilight.
Yep.
They're basically like just the original Equestria Girls characters, right? That they don't appear in the original show. And ironically, they're the best characters. So I don't even know what that proves.
I don't know what it proves either, but
Good for
Hasbro
Hasbro.
does.
Their marketing is working.
It is working.
It's working, and I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's like, darn it.
Like, I can't be conned into this. I see the Equestria Girls minis. Take my money.
It's like, no.
Yeah, and I realized, oh god, it's working. What have I become? I've become sheep. I don't know. If I have to, I'm just gonna get the Sunset Shimmer one. I don't want one. Hasbro, please sell these separately, or I will not be happy. I will not be happy. I will seriously not be happy.
He's
It's actually the
terrible when
first
he's
time.
unhappy.
It's actually the first time. When we were kids, every time we heard like a toy commercial, and at the end they would always say, each sold separately.
Yeah.
I would be pretty pissed off at this. Like, I just want to buy one that has everything. And then now I'm like, I just want the Sunset Shimmer.
Like, I don't want all of them. I just want the one.
Yeah, Like, I don't care about the others. Just give me the Sunset Shimmer. And maybe the Twilight, too. Okay, so that pretty much concludes a big news week for My Little Pony. And, yeah, so this concludes this week's episode. Next week we will be reviewing Applebuck season. Oh boy. More Applejack. Best background pony.
She's not a background pony, she's part of the main six.
Yeah. We'll run into that joke later, but we're going to run it into the ground and beat it with a stick. So yeah, Applebuck season is next week, and hopefully we get more news to expand upon, so it can lead up to season 6. And as for our season 6 coverage, we may do it concurrently with our current episode reviews. So we may discuss that later. So thank you guys for listening, and this is GarudaPhoenix signing off.
This is Radiant. Goodbye, everybody.